Good evening. You are listening to CFRU Radio 93.3. Tonight we have Brian McNeil and myself, Braden Johnson.
Good evening.
So tonight we have a couple of interviews with a local artist. His name is Theo Simms, or Theo Simpson. We are going to play a couple songs by him and then conduct the interview. It's pre-recorded. He's not live here in the studio, but we caught up with him, and it was a good interview. So I guess, and then after that we have D-Sisive. He is a hip-hop artist from Toronto, and we have an interview with him, play some of his music, talk about him a little bit, and then we have some other fun and interesting things as well after the interview. So I guess, so this is Theo Simms starting you off here.
It's like the harder I try, the less you care. Am I wasting all my time? Are you even there? I wish I knew how you felt. I think I know how to tell. By the way, you don't say much at all, and you barely ever call. That's enough for me. Oh, this is not what I want. Well, it's a lot of things, but you don't feel the same way. Do you? Do you? Now I know what I want. Well, I want to fall in love with someone who feels the same way as I do, as I do. Well, thank you, I love you, and I'm moving on. That's not my problem anymore. And you can't see what you've got, well, too bad. You might not miss me when I'm gone. You might not miss me at all. By the way, my love is leaving today. You had your opportunity. Well, baby, I'm done knocking. Oh, not what I want. Well, it's a lot of things, but you don't feel the same way. Do you? Do you? Now I know what I want. Well, I want to fall in love with someone who feels the same way as I do, as I do. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, oh. My arms, what do you feel inside? Why don't you tell me when I'm holding you tight? When I look in your eyes, I wanna know. Why don't you show me? Baby, you gotta tell me, even if it's nothing, I wanna know. Cause nothing is still something. But this is not what I want. It's a lot of things, but you don't feel the same way. Do you? Do you? Now I know what I want. Well, I wanna fall in love with someone who feels the same way as I do, as I do. I'm moving on. searching for someone, but I feel so much more alive now that I've become a believer. When I see her, we will fly away. No hesitation, no reservation, just a faith in our love, and it's amazing. I can already feel your body sparkling underneath the palm trees. You and I on the beach in some foreign country where we spread love and peace and live life so fully. We smile every day, all day now. I've come so far to find you. Would you be my dream come true? You're not just in my head, you're not just in my head. You're everywhere I look, reflecting everything I ever wanted. So many times I've changed, way too many to name, and I just haven't been the same since I grew my wings on the way down. I can already feel your body, oh so near, right in front of me here. Oh, kiss me, tell me this is real. I'm so much happier now that I can see her, the most beautiful girl, and she loves me. I'm gonna tell the whole world. I've come so far to find you. Would you be my dream come true? You're not just in my head, you're not just in my head. You're everywhere I look, reflecting everything I ever wanted. You're everywhere I look, reflecting everything I ever wanted. You're everywhere I look, you're everything I want. You're everywhere I look. I wanna shout it to the sky with my arms open wide. She is the one, and we are in love. And I know it this time, there's no doubt in my mind. She is the one, and we are in love. Oh,
This is Brian McNeil, a.k.a. Mac Vandal, for 93.3 CFRU Radio in Guelph University campus. And I'm doing an interview today with Theo Simms. So, Theo, how are you today?
I'm very well. How are you?
I'm doing better now that I got a tea, and I'm sure you're gonna enjoy that apple. And all right, so let's do this. How long have you been playing guitar and or singing?
Well, I learned when I was like 15, 16, and then I kind of quit because I got all discouraged. I was like, oh, I'll never be amazing. So I quit. And then first year university, that was like 6 years ago, I picked it up again, and I decided I was just going to play because I loved it. I wasn't going to play to get anywhere. I wasn't going to play to be any certain, degree of ability or skill. I just started playing because I loved it. And then that was 6 years ago, so I've been writing songs and playing covers for, January actually, 2005. It'll be six years in January.
That's pretty good. That's a long time. Where do you find inspiration when you create your music?
All kinds of places. Sometimes I'm inspired by another song. Sometimes I'm inspired just out of nowhere. Don't know where it comes from. Sometimes when I'm sitting and meditating, ideas come to me. Sometimes I get a conceptual kind of idea. And this one time my buddy sent me a dubstep track called, and all he told me was it's called Undying Devotion. And he's like, can you write lyrics for that? And I said, okay, sure. So I listened to it and wrote this acoustic kind of version. It still has yet to come out, the dubstep version still has yet to come out, but we're still working on it. And so I wrote lyrics based on like kind of the emotion in the beat and the song. And yeah, so and I've learned like to stop thinking it comes from one direction or another, because creativity can come in so many different forms in so many different places.
It's pretty cool, and I'm interested to hear that dubstep song.
Yeah.
So again, I'll kind of revisit the question, but what is your writing process? Personally, do you like to pick up your guitar and figure out a riff first, or do the lyrics come to you first?
Yeah, usually I let most of the time. I've tried it before to have the lyrics first, but 90% of the time I'll write the music, and then kind of the idea or the concept and the lyrics will come out of the feeling of the music. And usually the music is coming from how I'm feeling about some certain issue, and then often the lyrics and the music correlate, but sometimes they don't, like especially with some of the older covers that I've played, like Sitting on the Dock of the Bay. Everybody sings that song, and it's a very kind of happy tune, do 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 do, but it's actually a really kind of sad song. He's a very sad man. He's alone, but you'd never know that by.
What's the name of the artist who originally did that song?
That's Otis Redding. Yeah, great tune.
Got to plug Otis.
Plug Otis.
So I've noticed that you do. You raise money for charity. Which charities do you raise money for? Anytime someone comes to me with an offer and I have it open, I'll play. The last one was a school in India. It was at the Envy. It's just a couple friends who are raising money for a school in India that takes care of orphans, just children without any homes. I'm doing this guy's fundraiser for his father this Saturday, and it's for a special medical procedure. He just asked me to play, and I think I'd actually like to play that more. Yeah.
But I'm kind of just cruising along, doing the gigs that I have booked right now, and looking into other things. Doing the music for a play called Our Town, which is actually on December 18, 19, 20 in Fergus, and that's something new for me. I've never composed music for a theater production.
That's pretty cool.
So that's fun, yeah. And if anybody wants me to play, please just contact me, and I'd be happy.
How does anybody contact Theo Simms?
You can send me an email at Theo at theosims with 2 M's.com, and and I'll shoot you one back as soon as I can.
Terrific. Can you compare performing in Guelph to performing in other cities?
Yes and no. Because it's so dependent on the venue. Like, there's different audiences, there's different kind of niches in every city, in every venue. And I've played for the most blue-collar audiences ever, and they were not having a good time. Like, I was trying to play all the best classic rock tunes I could, but they just didn't want live music. They just wanted the radio playing AC/DC and stuff like that, and they wanted to have some beers. And that was at a sports bar, so that was one extreme. And then on the other end, I've played for a big room full of crazy loud university students, and everybody's singing along, everybody's having an absolute blast, and they won't let me off the stage at the end of the night because they just want to keep going. Everybody's having such a good time. So it's interesting to have that range of experience. And I mean, ideally you'd like the involved audiences, but doesn't always go that way. And you kind of got to take what you get, and then learn to, I mean, if you're lucky enough to be able to choose where you get to play, and you have enough people contacting you about bookings that you have that luxury, then all the power to you. That means you're on your way. But me personally, I'm still kind of in between. I'm not sure what I want to do, how I want to move forward with my personal career.
Right on. When you take requests, what currently is the song most often requested?
Good question. It's hard to say. I mean, you always get the brown-eyed girl. People don't really request Wonderwall anymore, but whenever you play it, everybody sings along. There's so much music out now, and you've got the indie rock niche, and you've got the pop rock niche. Really, I play to such a diverse audience, like age group, like baby boomers, young people, and everybody has, like when I'm at the restaurant, like sometimes I'll play Turtle Jacks, and you get everyone. And you get old, young, and everybody requests what they know, what they want to hear, and that changes depending on your age and your upbringing.
So, brown-eyed girl, not so much Wonderwall.
Sure, we'll go with that.
Right on. So you're currently putting together a short demo in hopes to get a music grant. Tell us about that process.
Yeah, it's the, well, I mean, there's two different places you can go to. There's Factor, which I think I haven't looked into enough, and then there's the Ontario Arts Council. They have a popular music grant that you can apply for, and there's two different categories, and there's a whole process, and you have to have two different songs. It used to be three, but I think they've whittled it down to two because of the process of going through all the applications. I think they're getting more and more and more now. It's a tedious kind of process to listen to all that music and then decide who gets it. And so it's not that difficult. You just need like a decent, I guess the better quality recording you have, the better chances you have of getting some money. But I've only tried once before and I didn't get anything, but I'm just going to keep trying until they give me some money.
That's right. Keep on moving forward, semper procedere.
That's right.
Okay, so can you tell us about your next album after you do get a music grant?
I'd love to be able to tell you about that. I'm still actually deciding what songs are going to go on there because I'm writing so much new material. It's kind of like kicking all the old stuff out, and I want to get some sort of coherent concept that makes sense throughout. I don't know if I'm going to record it myself or if I'm going to record it in another studio. I just bought some recording material and got a new computer. So I'd like to think I could do it myself. However, I'd like my first album to be of a certain quality, and I don't know if I could, with my experience, which is next to nothing, do that on my own. But it's nice to be able to, produce your own. I might do a demo and just keep at the recording grants, just keep doing some applications for those. And I'm also enrolling in 3 songwriting competitions, which are through RJ Entertainment. If you Google RJ Entertainment, you can sign up for them, and they're $20 each. There's 3 coming up in the new year, and I think the prize money is like anywhere from $1,000 to $1,500. So I'm gonna try that out, see if I can get some money from there. Yeah.
Okay, switching it up a little bit. The ladies want to know: are you single?
Technically, yes. On Facebook, yes.
So, what do you look for in a woman?
I've become fairly particular. I have I want someone who is actually also a singer and a songwriter. Yeah. And I have a spiritual practice. I don't have like a religion or anything, but I have a fairly committed spiritual practice. I'm committed to kind of overcoming my ego, getting out of my own way. And I use everything from meditation to raw food to yoga to kind of center myself. And I've realized that that's actually the most important thing for me in another partner. Because if you can't meet each other on that level, then everything else kind of just falls by the wayside. And yeah, just physically, line all my chakras up. Physical, mental, spiritual, intellectual. Just want everything to click, right? I want it all.
I don't think that's being selfish. So, if you had an opportunity to physically live forever, would you choose to?
Physically? Certainly, if, enlightenment was attained and I was a perfectly happy, perfectly satisfied, perfectly fulfilled being in a perpetual state of bliss, why not? I don't think a lot of people believe that's possible, but I don't believe anything's impossible.
I just read a book called Jitterbug Perfume, and that was the whole concept of the book, was about, people who they watch everything die around them, and then they want to die, but they don't want to kill themselves. It's an interesting book. It's by Tom Robbins. Oh yeah. Okay. One last question. I like to ask this one last to almost everybody. Out of all the venues and all the cities that you've played in, what's your favorite food establishment and item off the menu?
Yeah, definitely the Wow Cafe here in Guelph. Yeah, I just played like a little, but that's my favorite restaurant because I'm really big on raw food, and she just has the healthiest and most delicious menu items I've ever tasted in my life. So if you haven't been to the Wow Cafe, go check it out.
Right on. Okay, this has been Brian McNeil, aka Mac Vandal, with Theo Simms. Theo can be contacted by email. We'll run that again for you. And we're sitting at the Coco Latte in the Guelph Center Mall, downtown Guelph, for 93.3 CFRU radio in Guelph University campus. And I'm doing an interview today with Theo Simms. So what's your email?
Theo at theosims.com. You can find me on Facebook. Yeah.
All right.
I look forward to meeting new people.
Thank you very much, Theo, and we'll be playing your music. Toot sweet.
Awesome.
This looking good to me, I'm liking what I see. But I'm trying not to seem too into you, if you know what I mean. One way or another, I've got a new friend, maybe a lover. But if it goes wrong, you might not hear this song. But if you do, I want you to know your dream come true. If you knew I felt this way, would you feel the same? Would you run, would you stay, would you kiss, would you play? Well baby, I'm afraid to tell you, but I really think I could love you a little more every day, a little more every way. So good so far, I'm loving who you are. You shine everything I want, and I've got everything I need. You might just be the icing on top of the life of my dreams. But if it goes wrong, you might not hear this song. But if you do, I want you to know your dream come true. If you knew I felt this way, would you feel the same? Would you run, would you stay, would you kiss, would you play? Well baby, I'm afraid to tell you, but I really think I could love you. I'm thinking about diving in, and it might be the shallow end, because I wanna see how deep this love could be between us. I trust it's still too early to know, cause it could go right or it could go wrong. You might not hear this song, but if you do, I want you to know your dream come true. If you knew I felt this way, would you feel the same? Would you run, would you stay, would you kiss, would you play? Well baby, I'm afraid to tell you, cause I really think I could love you a little more every day, a little more every way, a little more every day, a little more every way, a little more, 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 a little more every day. That's it. There's some sweet sounds coming out my radio, and a whole lot of colorful love lighting up your rainbow. What do you say we take the day, hitch a ride on the sunshine, cruise into the moonlight tonight? Don't cast no spells, I won't play no games, but show and tell. I'll travel your world, you'll be the wind in my sail. Baby, we'll blow into the sunset tonight, getting to know what this love feels like. Bring me to my senses, take me to heaven, give me a reason to never come down. Higher and higher, you make me lighter. We might get older, but we'll never grow tired of this love. We're tied up together, tangled up as one, lost in the bliss of an unforgettable love. More and more, you see right through me, baby. We've unlocked the door, and now my heart is free to love whatever you are. Free to love all my broken parts, and this is easier than I ever imagined. I'll never give up on love. No, no, let's make it happen. Bring me to my senses, take me to heaven. Give me a reason to never come down. Higher and higher, you make me lighter. We might get older, but we'll never grow tired of this love. I can feel you feeling me in love. There's nowhere else I'd rather be. I wanna taste you with my eyes and breathe you in all night. I wanna drink every drop of this moment and take it in, take it in. Bring me to my senses, take me to heaven. Give me a reason to never come down. Higher and higher, you make me lighter. We might get older, but we'll never grow tired of this love, this love, this love, oh, this love, love, love. We'll never grow tired of this love.
That was Theo Simms, and you were listening to 93.3 Community Radio.
All right, so the first song that we started off the interview with was Thank You, I Love You, I'm Moving On. The second song was Not Just in My Head, and then we, of course, did the interview. And the third song after the interview was A Little More Every Day, and the final song that you just heard was Bring Me to My Senses. And it was actually an awesome experience. Just being able to record Theo Simms in my studio. He's just so well put together. He just comes in, plays. He's like a one-take wonder. It's
yeah, he really seems like the type of guy that would be good to hang out with and listen to his music.
Speaking of hanging out with Theo,
exactly.
Tomorrow there's a gathering at noon in St. George's Square. That's where the buses all transfer downtown. He's doing a get-together, some kind of a show. I haven't really been able to get much information off of his Facebook or out of him yet, but I guarantee you, if you go downtown tomorrow, you'll have a great time hanging out with Theo Simms.
And you can also you can find Theo Simms on Facebook. If you just search Theo Simms, like his page, share it with your friends, listen to his music. Also,
he's got MySpace, so I imagine it's myspace.com/Theo Simms. I'd have to double check that, but if you just Google Theo Simms, that's THEO space SIMMS, you could probably find him, no problem.
Okay, and next up we have D-Sisive.
He's a wonderful rapper from Toronto who I was actually really excited to see about a decade ago at the Vinyl when he came down with, I believe it was the Cryptic Souls crew. What a fun bunch of guys. A terrific show. He was on the radio at the time with a song called Popped, where it was a really fun song where he makes fun of Scary Spice and Christina Aguilera and all kinds of stuff. It's really upbeat and
not that there's anything wrong with those people.
Oh well, of course, but artists are allowed to make fun of each other. That's part of the industry. Well, he went through some hard times and lost some family members. So he decided to take some time off, and I guess recently, the last few years, he hooked up with his buddy Moonshine, and Moonshine helped produce his new albums, and then he dropped an album called Let the Children Die, which was, I own a copy of it, and it's such a really happening live, I'm back. It's like one of those I'm back albums. And then he fell under some copyright infringement, and well, they had to pull the album, but it's still available online. There's lots of ability to listen to it and post your comments. If you Google, again, sorry, I don't have the exact page for them, but if you just Google D-Sisive, you'll be able to get all that information. So I had an opportunity to sit down with D-Sisive at the E-Bar. I guess that was late December, and had to sit down and did a great a really fun interview. And after we did one interview, I realized that the microphone wasn't even on. And he was such a cool, humble guy, and he was like, "Yeah, let's do it." So we're gonna get right into the next interview by D-Sisive.
I guess the interview that you did catch, we're not going to get the one that you didn't press record for.
Yeah, we won't get that. But
no one's going to hear that album.
It's okay.
That one.
The second one has its own surprises.
So yeah, thanks for listening. Thanks for supporting Canadian hip hop too. This is a really good artist if you are a supporter of Canadian hip hop. Very progressive, very real. I just have to put this disclaimer in front of there is. For the songs coming up, the song features language that may be offensive to some listeners. Viewer discretion or listener discretion is advised. I guess I hear viewer discretion so much. Okay, so this is D-Sisive, and following a couple songs, we are going to play the interview. Thank you for listening.
The streets to appeal to the planets in a different world like Kadeem and Jasmine. You're a child in his mom's arms, dreaming he was hard like you mean I'm not. Playing Grez with his egg yolk broken, head soaked in a sweat so cold that his pillowcase froze, flipped it and sulked. Wishing for a trigger to pull to emulate Lorenz Tate, surveillance tape out of South Central LA. I feel sorry for your mother. Trust me, you're not built for it, kid. Ears hear nothing, listens with his eyes. Parents feel faint, siblings cry. Thought they could reach him on their millions, try. It is what it is. Let the children die. La, 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 la. It is what it is. La, 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 la. It is what it is. La, 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 la. Speak for the streets with your feet on the carpet, toenails covered with polish in a sock. Never step foot on the ground that you talk of. Represent hard with your front door locked. Rag rocking with a forehead knot. Fake chain supporting a golden cross. Far from core, hard stands beside. Not the life your stanzas describe. Never been under the light-filled skies. Gunshot sparks, cop car sirens. You're not a killer, you're a sound alike. The Brandon Flowers type. I see nothing, living through lies. Kids worship every word in your rhyme, saying what it takes for a million buys. It is what it is. Let the children die. La, 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 la. It is what it is. La, 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 la. It is what it is. La, 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 la. while you cry like a bitch. Fuck till you come, or suck it in until they have for the one satisfied with the run. Believe what you read or recite your beliefs. Confront the nightstick or hide from police. Kill the unborn, admit you're too young, or bring it more harm as an immature mom. Try to escape when your body finds harm, or work double time like Rick Allen's right arm. Pray to a god, or worship the false. Encouraging the lost, giving birth to a cult. Live by the media and worship the false. Encouraging the lost, giving birth to a cult. Stand where you live, deny where you sleep. Honesty through your eyes or lies through your teeth. Cry for attention and slice it across, or slit it up and down and finish what you start. Fuck criticism while you bitch from afar like that should have been me. There's a reason why it's not. You stayed in your shell and protected yourself, while the brave came to melt in the flames of this hell. Cut against grain, defacing their hell, while you made it safe to your grave in a cell. Womb to the casket, it never exists, or pussy to the bathtub, legacy lives.
So this is Mac Vandal, aka Brian McNeil, recording for 93.3 CFRU with D-Sisive, who's really cool after I just totally did an interview and didn't turn on the microphone. Take two. So how long have you been in the music business so far?
It's like 15 years. I started doing music seriously in like 95 when I was 15. And just been going strong ever since. Strong.
So how do you enjoy the Guelph scene here? We love you here. I know that you know that, but it's been 10 years, I think, since you've been back. And what are your thoughts on your performance tonight?
It was definitely incredible. You know, it was like it truly blew my mind, and I don't mean that like as a cliche answer. It was incredible. The crowd was amazing. Like. And what was special to me about it was like majority of the crowd knew all the lyrics, you know, so it wasn't just like, you know, we got a club crowd in here and we were able to work it. No, like this was a crowd that was here to see me and my posse, and it was like so amazing. Like I'm going home happy tonight.
Sweet. I'm going to revisit a question from 5 minutes ago. What's your favorite show you've ever performed of all time?
Well, there's definitely, you know, a couple. That's not an easy question to answer.
I think that I'm totally carrying a joint around right now, because this is obscene.
Yeah.
You're totally in the middle of an interview right now, and I apologize obscenely.
But it looks like a joint. I'm gonna say that.
Yeah, but it's not. It's actually rolled tobacco from England.
Crazy. So there you go.
Sorry, dude. Sorry to fuck up your interview, man.
No, you didn't. It was amazing. Thank you.
It's actually pretty sweet.
That's good. Yeah, I don't know. I was able to perform with Doom, MF Doom, earlier in the year, which was amazing. And on tour with Shad, that was great. And you know, I was able, one of my heroes since I was 15, Socrates, who's like a major part of Canadian hip hop. And we did a song a couple of months ago, and he invited me to come perform it with him, and it was just like, that was just like a highlight, because he's someone that I've like idolized since I started making music. One of the reasons why I make music. So to be able to be on stage and to rock that is amazing.
All right. This one might get censored out or cut out or whatever, but what are your views on the album that's no longer going to be available after a week from now?
It's already not available. So
then I'm glad that we got it.
We're already there, yeah. So I don't know. It's I'm not going to be one of those guys that's like, you know, blame everyone else. At the end of the day, I fucked up, you know, and I take full responsibility. Sampling is a part of hip hop. And it's, you know, it's not gonna ever change. But for me to say that I didn't do anything wrong is just fucking ridiculous, you know. And I got caught, and I fucking paid the price. You know, it sucks. But at the same time, it's like, I put a lot into that record. But I'm just glad that, you know, it's got a life. It's developed a life of its own online, and people are hearing it, and you know, it's very special to me. So it is what it is. Everything happens for a reason. So, and I'll just go record another album.
Thank you for that, man. Wow. Great question. We're going to revisit it again. As I said, I messed up earlier, but favorite food around town?
Favorite food? just gotta be. There's a restaurant in Toronto, Bloor and Bathurst, called Insomnia, that my girlfriend and we go to like every Saturday for breakfast, and it's just a very special breakfast. I always eat the traditional, it's called, and it comes with this fucking sausage, and it's but it's not your regular breakfast sausage where it's just like two little fucking pieces of sausage. It's like a big hot dog sausage, and it's just like jumbo hot dog, and it's just delicious. And it comes with home fries. I'm not really a fan of like home fries and hash browns, but these potatoes come in this delicious mixture of sauces. It's like ketchup and mayonnaise. Like, I don't know, my girlfriend knows the exact recipe, but it's just delicious sauce. And I recommend you eat the potatoes. And another I like to eat a lot at this deli by Bathurst and Wilson called Mo Panzers. I actually mentioned it in a song that I did called Anvil, named after the metal band from Toronto. And it's just the best matzo ball soup corned beef combo you can find in the city. It's delicious. So Mo Panzers.
Right on. Well, I want to say thank you very much. This has been Mac Vandal, a.k.a. Brian McNeil, for 93.3 CFRU Radio in Guelph University campus with D-Sisive, signing off.
Daddy, look down, never look straight. Daddy, I need you, never look away. Daddy, look down, never look straight. Daddy, I need you, never look away. I ran every red light, ignored every horn, slowed down for no one, broke every rule of the road. I knew something was wrong when you wouldn't answer the phone or return my calls. I drove up Dufferin from my apartment on King. Toes never touched the brake. Car racing, heart racing, thoughts racing with no time to slow down. Made a right on Hopewell Avenue. Too concerned to be mad at you, and you'd always say, you worry too much, my son, but you were all that I worried about. Prayed you were on the porch, smiling at my arrival. Turned off the ringer when I tried to dial you. My son, you worry too much, but I was too worried I'd never have to worry again. Saw a cop car parked beside our lawn. Cop walked out the house when my car I parked. Put her hand on my shoulder. I'm so sorry, your father's no longer. Stop. Derek, do me a favor and play me that song you recorded at Orange yesterday morning. Orville Redding, or whatever you called it, ballad something. You know the one that I'm talking about, and play it loud, louder. I don't know a thing about rap, but I know that I like this. Or maybe it's because I'm your father. Biased opinion, shh, let me listen. Noblik, what the hell is a Noblik? What's wrong with Christoph? Sounds much better than Noblik. This song's about an ostrich, I never would have figured that out. And what's this obsession with ostriches? You write a song about a bird before your old man? I'm kidding, I can't wait to hear this finished. Please play it for me one more time and turn it up. Tap the toes of his moccasins, chin nodding to the beat, fingertips tapping on the armrest. Listening to my songs on repeat was his way of saying that's my boy from the bleachers. And now I sing a song about him, a song about being here without him. I promise I'll play it loud, loud enough to hear above the clouds. But promise me, Daddy, look down, never look straight. Daddy, I need you, never look away. Daddy, look down, never look straight. Daddy, I need you, never look away. Daddy, look down, never look straight. Daddy, I need you, never look away. Daddy, look down, never look straight. Daddy, I racing, climbing over walls. Barbed wire cut, blood cried from they scars. Phones dialed 911 calls. 5-0 tried to respond, but the riot they watched was not what a siren resolved. Wondered what inspired them to all take a bite from the cob. Or that Malachi corn. Tried to find out like a classified song, but the evidence lacked. So they stepped back instead of stepping in. Weapons they gripped. But not a weapon was drawn. Prayed that the ending wasn't far, but the ending was far from an end. Riot incited the second they spun this record on for the riot I caused. There was a riot I caused. Violence erupted, fights for the cause. Scared stood mannequin crying to the Lord. Please God, try to make it stop. There was a riot I caused. Preach went silent, choir went pause. Weak went mannequin crying to the Lord. Please God, try to make it stop.
When I twist my wrist and my fingers let go, sweat builds in my palms when the first stone's tossed. And when the next one's thrown, opposition explodes. The momentum is going, get 'em, the conflict grows. Envy cracks streets on this yellow brick road. And temperatures hit peaks as demands are bestowed. And foes get broken bones from those that they oppose. Souls become disposed when the first fist's thrown. They don't see eye to eye, so they go toe to toe. And next thing you know, chaos blow for blow. Over personal views and conflicting issues. So get it straight, just another case of speech being misused. They say it's free, but try to take it back. Hold our position till they listen, never fade to black. We never silent, no way to keep us quiet. You make a move and then I'll make a move, and then we'll riot.
There was a riot I caused. Violence erupted, fights for the cause. Scared stood mannequin crying to the Lord. Please God, try to make it stop. There was a riot I caused. Preach went silent, choir went pause. Weak went mannequin crying to the Lord. Please God, try to make it stop. There was a riot I caused. Violence erupted, fights for the cause. Scared stood mannequin crying to the Lord. Please God, try to make it stop. There was a riot I caused. Preach went silent, choir went pause. Weak went mannequin crying to the Lord. Please God, try to make it stop.
And we do know that some people involved today were technically children who were involved in hurling bottles, but there were other people as well who have been at this activity before, we are told, who came prepared, brought bottles, brought petrol bombs, brought firecrackers. They were intent on this violence.
Welcome back to 93.3 CFRU with Brian and Braden, the unnamed show so far.
You were just listening to D-Sisive, hip-hop artist from Toronto, Ontario. We were able to catch D-Sisive for an interview after a show he did in Guelph at E-Bar. Mm-hmm. So we're just going to give you a list of the songs that just played by D-Sisive in case you were wondering or were interested in finding them on your own.
Which you should be. All right, the first song was called Let the Children Die, and that's it's kind of the title song off of the Let the Children Die album. And yeah, I got in a little bit of trouble for that album, which he was talking about. I believe the second song was called Questions, but I didn't bring the CD with me, and we were unable to open a file. Long story, making it shorter. All right, and the third song after the interview was called Father. It's a very heart-wrenching song, really, knowing what happened to his father, and that was really part of his tough time over the last few years. And the final song was Riot I Caused featuring Moonshine. What an awesome song that was.
So thanks for listening to the show. This is... Oh, right.
Let's not forget to mention D-Sisive's newer album called Vaudeville, which is fantabulous. And we hope to have him back soon in Guelph to do a show featuring more songs off of that album.
Yeah, and of course, if you are interested in finding out more about D-Sisive or listening to more of his music, you can find him on Facebook.
I'm sure MySpace. I actually haven't looked them up because I bought every CD that they had.
But, I mean, everyone knows how to use Google, so we don't have the exact information.
So D-Sisive.
Yeah, that's important. As a
So if you're an artist and you want to get a hold of Braden or myself, Brian, my email is bryancfru@gmail.com.
Yeah, basically, we'd like to do spotlights on artists. If you are an artist or know someone that would like to do an interview, we'd love to have you on the show. Even if you want to come in, we don't have an actual show yet. We're just doing a fill-in, but we'd love to have you on sometime and play some of your music and get local artists known, because that's really important, I think.
And we still got Run with the Kittens coming up in the near future, hopefully, and Joni Narita, Barnabizzle, all kinds of